up everybody? How's everybody doing? It's November 22nd, December 2017. Yes, it is 3 days till Christmas. Who's excited? My daughter is sleeping right now, so I gotta do this so quick before she wakes up and takes over as usually. My name is Donika and I am here to inspire and motivate you to live a grateful life. The title of this video says how to pray for your future husband. My husband has been married for 8 years now. We got married in 2009. We met in 2002. We were just friends, you know, met online. I know, don't do that now though. Now it doesn't really work because there's like a lot of creeps online nowadays, so don't do it. This video is mostly geared towards singles, but you can also take this video and this message for anything that you are praying in, you know, specific. It doesn't have to be your future spouse, you know, your future husband or your future wife. It could be anything in life. I'm just titling future husband because this is what I did and this is what worked for me. And I never shared it because I was like, I didn't really pay attention to it until I started praying for something this year, and I was praying the entire thing wrong, and then God reminded me of how I actually prayed for my future husband and how that could apply. This way of praying could apply to anything in life, not just for your future husband or wife. Pick up a notebook and a pen or pencil, whatever you want. When I was in college, this is 13 years ago, okay, I took a speech and communications, and also a theaters class. But I think in the speech class, there was this teacher. I owe him a lot because he taught me how to pray. I wasn't thinking about marriage, although I had the years. Like I started college late, okay? That's a different story, I'm not gonna get into it. I think I was, 23? Or 24, I forget. But in my country at that age, if you're not married at that time, there's something wrong with you. And people definitely thought there was something wrong with me, but I personally did not want to get married, to be honest, simply because there were no godly Christian men in my country at that time. And for me, and I always had high standards, not because I was perfect, but I had high standards. Like, I didn't want to fall for nobody. I believe that God had something better, and I was waiting and waiting, but I didn't know that. But as the years went by, and I was like, I'm waiting, but nothing is happening. The pressure grew higher, especially from family members, from people around me, my friends. Everybody was getting married, everybody was like getting engaged, having kids. All my cousins already had kids, like 1, 2, and you know, and most of my cousins are like younger than me. Like, here I am still in school, you know, I started late. That's a whole different story. In this class, stop trying to record here. So in this class, he said, Dr. Allison, my speech teacher, he said, I want you to take a piece of paper out, he said, and I want you to write 10 things that you want in your future husband. I laughed. I mean, I laughed loud. I was like, what? I thought this is a speech class. Like, how stupid is this? And I looked around, nobody else was laughing except me. So I quickly realized that was just dumb, okay, of me laughing. Because I was like, why would you pray for your future husband? God knows what you need and what you want. He knows your heart, you know. He's gonna give you what you know, what your heart has and who you are, blah, 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 all that stuff. I had a different mentality. I didn't know, you know, the more you know, the better you do. So, and finally, you know, he convinced me, so I got the piece of paper out, and everybody's writing. I mean, I'm telling you, everybody's writing. And here I am sitting like, I don't know. What do I want, you know? And I started writing, okay? So this is what I wrote. Don't laugh, okay? So I said, Dear God, this is what I want in my future husband. I didn't say anything else before that, and I'm going to teach you after I finish reading this what you should say before that. But I didn't know, so I just went ahead and I said, God, this is what I want in my future husband. This is my list, okay? 1, I said he has to be tall, okay? Because I'm already short, so I don't want no short babies. But he can't be too tall, okay? I'm 5'2", and he just can't be too tall, because then we will look weird, you know, me here and then him here. It would just look weird. So number 2, he has to be handsome, yes, but not too handsome, because I don't want nobody else to look at him but me. 3, he has to be a hard worker, because I don't like lazy people or lazy butts. He has to be a hard worker, okay? Number 4, he has to be a real man, not a chicken, okay? Like, you have to be able to wear your pants. If you're a man, wear your pants. Whatever comes to you, you know, be a man, face it. Don't chicken out. So, where am I? Number 5. He has to be a man of God's heart, okay? I heard this all the time, so I just put it in there, you know. Didn't really know what I was writing, just wrote it down, you know, so I can get my teacher off my back. So number 6, he has to be a man who prays lunch, breakfast, dinner, at all times, okay? Not somebody who's scared and afraid. Number 7, he has to be brave. Number 8, he has to be wise. Number 9, he has to have a lot of hair, okay? I don't like bald-headed guys. Back then I didn't like, okay? And and then number 10, someone who's gonna let me be me, because freedom was very important to me. Like, you know, I wasn't gonna let nobody boss me around. I wasn't gonna marry somebody who was gonna tell me what to do, what to wear, how to wear, what to say, how to say things. I wanted to be free, you know. All my life I was told, you know, you gotta do this or don't say that, you know. Don't be, you gotta watch what you say, what you do. I'd be wondering whether all of these things in the list are found in my dear husband, who I have right now, who I own. Just kidding. I don't own him, okay? And the answer is yes, except that he has no hair, okay? He lost it. As soon as he got married to me, he lost it. And I'm sorry. To your husband that you lost your hair. I don't know if he's worried. No, I think it just runs in his family. Before I presented this to God, I really just put it in between my Bible. I never even looked at it, okay? I was just like, I don't care. So I left school. I mean, I finished school. I went back to my country. And I was like, what? I got engaged 28 and I got married. We got married at 29, when I was 29. That's late, okay? For where I come from, it's late. But I was working and I wasn't interested in nobody, and I couldn't really find anybody that was a Christian and that believed what I believed and that met my standards, okay? So, but the pressure was growing and growing. So I took that piece of paper one time and I presented to God and I said, God, I know you have somebody, you know, this is my list. I really still stand behind this list, you know. And I prayed and I said, you know, I know you have somebody there, and if you're still taking time preparing him, and then, you know, I want you to prepare me as well, make me ready for him too. And I'm telling you, it wasn't like, it was very short time where God just brought, and I was still talking to my husband now, Ben, which his name is Ben. We were just friends, you know. And then I was teaching one day and he calls me. He's like, well, I want to come and visit you. And he was going to come for the first time visit. This was in 2008. And I'm like, fine, come. Before he called me to tell me that he was going to come visit me, that he would like to come and visit me, somebody at church had given me a prophecy saying that I see a ring in your life. Somebody's giving you a ring. It's like a sudden, you know, engagement. It's going to be so quick. And I was like, what? Who? You know, I don't know anybody. Who am I going to get engaged? And I'm not kidding you, it happened within 3 months, my husband that I have now came, and within 3 weeks that he stayed there, you know, we got engaged. Within a year, we got married. Before anything, I want you to know something. Before you come to God with this prayer, I want you to, you know, I want you to, this is what I've learned too. I've learned that for me, I'm a Christian. I believe in Jesus Christ. And for me to go to God and pray for something, first of all, I have to believe in his son, in Jesus Christ. You know, I'm not just going to go to God and just say, give me, give me, give me. You know, I don't want to. I used to do it, and I've learned the hard way that, you know, it's like that. It's like, you know, you don't want your kid to come to you just because you're gonna give them something, right? You want your kid to come to you because you love them. You know, you as a daddy, you love your daughter, your son. As a mom, you love your children. You don't want them to come to you just because, you know, they know they're gonna get something from you, right? So it's the same with God. So when you go to God and you present your prayer, your requests, your needs, your wants, go to him because you believe in him, you believe in his son, and you truly believe that, you know, what you're praying, he's going to give you. You know, you have to have faith when you go to God. Don't go to God just because of what he can give you. Go to God because of who he is and what he can do and what he has done in your life. I've learned that in my life throughout the years, you know, the hard way, obviously, and I'm sharing it for you so you don't have to go through all that stuff, so that you go to God because of who he is, not because of what he can give you. When you come to God with your list, this is not my original list. I made this list today, but it has basically the same requests that I made to God years ago when I was praying for my future husband, which is my present husband now. So when you go to God with this list, first of all, remember this. In Philippians 4:6, it says, do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God. So, when you go to God, okay, the Bible is saying here, this verse is saying, don't be anxious, don't worry about anything. When you go to God, don't go with worry. Oh my God, is he gonna, you know, answer me? And I'm sharing this with you, but you know, I'm also like preaching to myself as well. Don't go to him and say, oh my God, is he gonna answer me? You know, I've done this, I've done that. Don't go to God like that. You know, forget it, because when you have that mentality, you already got your prize, you already got your reward. Don't go to God like that. You know, you just can't have that mentality when you go to God. First of all, remember that he is pure and we are not, but with Christ in us, you know, we can come to God, because through Christ we come to God and we have that access to God. But when you go to God, bring your prayer and your petition, but before you present your petition to God, first of all, thank him, okay? Because it says right here, by prayer and petition with thanksgiving, okay? You gotta thank God for a lot of things. Like, thank him for, like, whatever comes in your head, whatever you know that you're thankful and grateful for, bring that before you mention anything that you want, okay? God already knows what you want and what you need. He needs to hear it from you, and he has to, and you need to have faith, not God, okay? Because you're the one who needs it, right? Present your requests to God. Say it. Even if you have to read it, if you have to write it down, because actually sometimes it's better if you write it down, because your petition, your request is a written form. Dear God, this is what I wrote, okay? Dear God, this is what I want in my future husband. I was very plain, very simple. I didn't go there, you know, oh, rah, 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 you know, don't be too holy for God, because he already knows how holy you are. And just present the prayer, you know, and the petition, say, this is what I want in my future husband or my future wife, whichever, you know, whoever you're watching. Or even if you're praying for a house, for a car, for a better job, for health, for God to heal you, whatever your prayer request may be, write it down. There's nothing wrong with that, you know, because it just shows how really needy you are, and how much you really want what you are praying for, and how dedicated you are and committed. Now we're going to go to the other verse. Jesus said in Mark 11:24, therefore I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. This is easier said than done. Now, what you do when you present your prayer. I'm not saying now that you presented your prayer, you gotta go and help God find you a husband. Go to the club and you find a husband there like everybody tells you, or go to parties or this. No. Okay, that is not what I'm saying. That is not where you find a husband. That is called a one-night stand husband. Don't do that to yourself. That is not how you find a husband. After you prayed, now every day you have to come to God with thanksgiving. You have to come to God and thanking Him that He's already sending you a husband or a wife or whatever you are praying for. Thank Him in advance, as if it's right there in front of you. You don't see it yet, but because of your faith, you have faith. You thank Him. You say, God, thank you that it's on its way. It's on its way. You've sent it. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. That is called faith. Thus, the world teaches us to live. The world teaches us different. This world says, if I don't see it, I don't believe it. Okay, that is not faith. Faith is, first you gotta believe, just like the verse says here. You gotta believe that you received it, and then you will receive it. First you have to believe, and then you will receive it, okay? And that's faith, and that's not just for like you wanting, praying for a husband or a wife. That's for anything in life, okay? And every day watch your mouth. You can't go to God and pray, oh, I want a husband, I need you to send me a husband or a wife, and then during the day you're like saying something else with your mouth. You gotta be very careful what you say with your mouth, okay? Because your mouth, a blessing and a curse, okay, at the same time. If you open your mouth negative and say, I am never getting married, that's exactly what you're gonna get. I will never get a job. I will never, pay my debts. I say that because I used to say that, okay, for everything. And I'm learning the hard way. I am learning to tame this mouth of mine. Just shut it. Just keep it shut. Zip it. If you have to put tape in your mouth, put tape in your mouth, okay? So that you don't stop God's blessings, okay? Because when we open our mouth and we're like, I will never get married, I will never pass this test, I will never finish school, because your mouth determines, your future. And from this mouth comes blessings and curses. So why not use it for a blessing? Why not bless your own self, but bless your own life? Why not speak positive? Why use it for negative? And then you wonder, and then when we don't get what we want or what we're praying for, we're like blaming God. Oh, maybe God doesn't want me to have it. Maybe God doesn't, He thinks I'm too bad or I've gone too far. No, you don't think like that. But when you say stuff like that, that's exactly what you're gonna get. So you gotta stop. You gotta tame and train your mouth to speak positive, and believe and have faith every single day. It may not happen today, just because you prayed today doesn't mean it's gonna happen tomorrow. But when tomorrow comes, you gotta have faith. You gotta put in the work, which is faith. Every day, tomorrow, the next day, the next week, the next month, the next year. When I started praying, after I made the request, I didn't get married right away, okay? We got married years after. You have to get your mouth and your faith at the same level. You have to believe with your mouth as well, or just shut up, don't say anything. I hope you enjoyed this. Hope it's short series with me. Stay tuned, because for 2018 I already have like a list. I sat down for like an hour yesterday and I was writing down all the ideas that I have that I want to share on this channel. But the main thing that I will be sharing on this channel is gonna be, hopefully I get to stick to the schedule, 3 times a week to post a motivational video, whatever it's gonna be, you know. And then whatever whenever I can, I will be posting family vlogs, things that we do, you know. But the main purpose of this channel is to encourage, motivate, and inspire you to live a grateful life. Because it doesn't matter how much you have, you know, if you're not grateful, thankful for what you already have, it doesn't matter what you want in life, you know, it's not gonna make you happy. Things, and it just not doesn't make you happy, you know. You gotta be thankful and grateful if you want to move up in life, whatever level it may be, you know, spiritually, mentally, physically, whatever, you know, position you want to mount up in life. You're not going to get there until you're grateful for what you already have. Stay tuned and consider becoming part of this family and this channel. So subscribe if you haven't, and give this video a thumbs up, and share if you can, you know. Sharing is caring.